This game needs more eyes on it, and given what it has, I expect it to be an Evo one day. If you're watching this video and you're trying to decide whether you should buy the game or not, I highly suggest it. It's mad fun and you can put endless hours online. Of course, I have some negative things to say as well as some improvements that I expect to see in the future. But considering everything this game has, the pros outweigh the cons by a long shot. There's a ton of mechanics that they added into this game that makes it really competitive with a high skill ceiling. I've seen some wild clips on Twitter and on YouTube of people zigzagging all through the sky. The movement in this game is quick and has a high skill cap, and when you pull off a high damage combo, it's very rewarding. Not only does the game just feel good when you're moving around, it feels very fluid. The rollback netcode they have online is very rare if you experience lag, and when you do, it's more for a quick second and then it just catches up. I played this game overall for 40 hours and I probably lagged a handful of times. In regards to the characters, they do have a variety of different characters with different abilities and different special moves. It's very cool to see certain characters have fire. They also have smoke, water, grass, air, earth. They have a whole list of different characters in there. They all play different. I think they did a really good job with the new updated art style. I'm a fan of the pixel art in the first one myself, but I can see why they went with a more modern look because it's appealing to most audiences. And for the controls, I think most people would agree it feels extremely responsive, and because of that, they give you a lot of options to move around the map and accomplish those combos. But yeah, if you're stuck on the fence and you're trying to figure out if you should buy this game, this is going to be an early call out. It's a good game, good characters, free DLC, multiple new characters coming out. It has good art style. They listen to the community, good controls, rollback netcode on the online. It has the full package right now, even though they have some more packages coming in the mail. And so I suggest if your finger's on the trigger, pull the trigger, spend the $30, and you will see what I'm talking about. Now, I know I went through everything that was good in the game really quick. I could talk about that for days, but considering that I just said that they listen to their community, I really hope this video catches traction and people agree with what I'm saying. But here's the things that I would like the game to improve on. Okay, the game's biggest problem is the UI, and I'm mainly referring to the training mode. Everything else is okay, but the training mode needs a revamp. My first issue with it is, let's say you go into training mode, you click pause, and you go through all of the different options. Now, some of those options may have a sub menu, so you click on, let's say, training menu or save state. Whenever you go into that second sub menu, I believe that the circle button or the B button, no matter what, should always go back. It's very weird to go inside of one of these sub menus and trying to select a few things and you want to go back and you click it on circle and nothing happens or a different option happens. Majority of games, majority of menus, the circle button always means go back. And I think that should be applied here. I think this plays a big role on why the UI feels so janky sometimes, is that you go into a sub menu and you try to click circle and nothing happens. And you're just sitting there like, oh wait, I actually have to scroll down to back and click it with X. It's just a weird, uneasy feeling with that. The next thing in regards to the training mode would be being able to record the dummy. Now, in most fighting games nowadays, whenever you go into training mode, you can set the dummy to do certain actions. They do have that available in this game, but you kind of have to go out of your way to make this possible. For instance, let's say in Street Fighter, all you want to do is practice parrying a basic fireball. You would go into the settings, go to the dummy settings, and you would select off of a wake up, off of a counter, or even you can record a jump and then immediately after your jump, you could input the fireball. That way, you wouldn't have to do anything beforehand to get a fireball coming your way. In Street Fighter, it's very simple to accomplish this task. Unfortunately, in Rivals 2, in order to get a simple fireball from, let's say, Zetterburn, if I wanted to practice my same thing, parrying, I would have to go out of my way to hit Zetterburn and then retrieve that fireball that I'm looking for. Unfortunately, with this method, what if I want to do it from across the map? If I'm hitting Zetterburn, that means I'm right next to him, and he's going to immediately send back a fireball. There's no way for me to hit, run away, and then parry. Now, some may say, okay, use a projectile. What if I'm using Forsburn, my main? That means I have to get creative, get a clone, have the clone run over to him, and have the clone explode. That way I get a fireball back my way. It's possible. Like I said, the training mode isn't terrible. Everything you want to accomplish is pretty much possible. It's just very uncomfortable getting your proper reaction that you want. Without being too harsh on the training mode, like I said, it does have everything you typically need. You just kind of have to go out of your way to accomplish it. But I do think in some areas, the menu screen navigation, as well as the dummy reactions and actions that you can do with them, needs to be improved just a tad bit. But I can't be too harsh on the game because I know there's a lot of content to come out for the game, and there's a lot of updates that's going to come out as well. So we'll have to wait and see. The next thing I wanted to mention is also in regards to the UI and how the game feels, but it's mainly referring to the lobby system. Now, in most games, including this one, they do have the 1v1 ranked mode. They also have 1v1 casuals, 2v2 casuals, as well as free-for-all. No complaints there. My complaints mainly come in whenever we're talking about the lobby system. If you take majority of the other games in the fighting game community, they all have lobby systems, but they don't have the limitations this game has. This is something I want the game to improve on, and this is my suggestion. Let's say me and 2 other friends are online and we only want to focus on our 1v1 game. I want to be able to create a lobby with a limit of 8 people that can join in. I want to be able to set rules for that lobby. Let's say 1v1 casual with a winner stays rule. That way when people join in, they could spectate the match that is currently going on and they could queue into the queue. Whenever it's their turn, they have to select ready up and then they will go into the match against the current winner. If they then win, they take the previous winner's spot at the top of the list, and then that previous winner is now the loser, so they go to the bottom of the queue list. They then have to spectate the top 2 people, work their way all the way up to the top, and then re-ready up into the next match to fight for that King of the Hill spot. If you're not new to fighting games, you understand this process. It's in Mortal Kombat as King of the Hill. It's in Street Fighter 6. It's in Marvel vs. Capcom. They all have it, but unfortunately, this game does not. And I think this feature would be so great. I believe even Smash Ultimate has this feature, but it would be nice to be able to log into Rivals 2, even if I'm solo, and being able to go into the lobbies, look through all the list of lobbies that are currently open, see the capped amount of players, if they're playing 1v1s or 2v2s or free-for-all, be able to join in there, spectate some other people with different mains than my friends, and be able to wait for my chance to fight the King of the Hill, defeat that king, and then be able to defend my status as being king of this particular lobby, room, or hill, whatever you want to call it, so be it. This feature would be so nice. The last thing I want to mention about this game, there is one bug that I've noticed. It's in the character select screen. When you go in, it forces your cursor to the right, and for some reason there's no way of really stopping it other than holding left. I know I'm not the only person that experienced this. My friends also have experienced this, but it can cause you not to be able to select your main or even be able to select a character at all, and you have to leave the lobby and rejoin in. I'm pretty sure, considering that me and a friend has experienced this, it'll be looked at in the near future, or it's probably already fixed now, but it's just something I've noticed and thought I should mention. But yeah, all my bullshit complaints aside, the game is great. I think they're going in the right direction. There's a lot of free DLC that's involved, a lot of good skins that they have, great development team, great game, great support, great community. So yeah, go out and buy this game. They have a ton of content coming out in the near future, as well as throughout the rest of next year, and I have high hopes for this game. If you enjoyed what I had to say, please leave a like. It'll help the channel. It'll also help the video reach more people, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
You have been deceived.